I'm following up to a recent video that I shared with some functional exercises where I brought in nervous system regulation and organization to help with the functional exercise of coming from kneeling to standing. I got a lot of response and a lot of questions to the email that included that video, so I want to follow up with a sequence that can help fortify you, because a lot of people were asking, what else can I do? And of course, I love sharing tools around nervous system regulation that can help with it. But first, let's do a noticing opportunity. Let's see what it's like to do kneeling to stand. So kneeling, bringing the leg forward, and then coming up to standing. Maybe you need to hold on to something. Maybe it's harder on one side than the other. Go ahead and check the other side at another time. We're going to actually go now into the movements to help fortify and build some stability and strength of your trunk, pelvis, and legs through nervous system regulation. So coming into all fours, we're going to start with that silly but very powerful feeling, Symmetrical Tonic Neck Reflex movement sequence. Lowering down, forehead, forearms on the mat. Press back, chest is lifted. Come forward onto all fours. Let's repeat that 2 more times. Lowering down. And feel the pelvic floor opening. Press back, chest is lifted. Come forward. Over the hands and knees. Last time, lowering down. This is the Symmetrical Tonic Neck Reflex, really important to help organize and fortify the nervous system and especially the trunk body. Now from here, we're gonna go back, and if you can tolerate this, putting your hips over your heels. If it's too much, you can stay forward, but the idea is to spread your toes. You might need to help that 4th and 5th toe, and hold this position and feel like you're reaching the head to the ceiling. We're supporting some foot reflexes in this position. We can bring in some arm movements and think about our rib cage, making sure that it's not flailing out in front, that we can expand it in all directions and keep it organized and controlled at the same time we expand with our movement. Make sure you're breathing deeply. And then coming forward into all fours again, keeping the toes curled under, lift the knees and hips, hovering and lower down. Stay here, hands on the floor, hips over knees, and you're just going to lower the chest down and up. We're doing a shoulder blade push-up. It's a nice bit of isometric information for the trunk body, the upper trunk body, shoulder blades, and our nervous system loves isometrics because it helps it to feel organized and safe. And then from here, go ahead and curl the toes. Let's engage one more time in the hover and lower down. And now coming up to that kneeling position, we're going to go into that cross crawl variation of a prep to stand, very functional. And this is a sequence you could do as a nice break from your day, from working on the computer. And you can stay here and do an isometric, press hand to thigh, thigh to hand. Let's vary it up a little bit today and bring the hand to the inside, press there as well, and then switch to the other side, press it on the inside of the thigh, press the leg in. Firing up that midline is really important, and relax. So that's a super simple sequence. Let's check in with our kneeling to stand again. So whichever leg you used before, the pre-test, going in and checking it. Maybe you'll find that things just come together more easily, that you have more ability to do it without thinking so much about it. Maybe you don't need to hold on. I'd love to hear what the experience is like for you. Make sure to go back and check the second leg and come back to this anytime you feel like you need some support with feeling empowered to get up off of the ground. I hope it feels helpful, and leave your questions and comments below because I'd love to make the next video based on your questions.